how can partnership play a role? So I do want to now invite Dr. VAT from the University of Macau, because he has been very instrumental in trying to set up a kind of partnership among a number of schools, and he called them the round table. So can you introduce this to us?
Well, thank you, Nancy, for helping us to understand the round table context. Actually, the round table context began after the 2012 February 18, the date when Nancy had the seminar at this University of Hong Kong doing something called successful pedagogy and inquiry-based learning. I was fortunate enough that I was there, and I was very much inspired after listening to teachers sharing with one another across schools in Hong Kong under Nancy's project called Learning Projects 2.0. And it's the project which makes use of the minimum amount of information and communication technology. They call it the Knowledge Discussion Forum, which stimulates teachers' interest to work together. It helps students to learn by constructing knowledge. Okay, so much for that. After last year, the February the 18th, a very important day, I returned to Macau, and I just pat the shoulder of John and I asked him, do you know what I discovered yesterday? And I said, do you want to have lunch with me? And not just you, but two other brothers from my church. They're also principals in school, and one is the past important government officials in Macau. And I told them, well, I was silly, but I'm inspired, so I would like to share with you something I want to see happening in Macau, because I've not seen it happen yet. And I talked to school by school after that, the principals, and I want them to sit down and see the videos produced by Nancy's learning project. And then we succeeded in holding the first round table. It's a small group of principals in a very comfortable, homely setting, not like that, very staggering. And then I tried to play the videos of Nancy's work, and I asked them, do you know what's happening here? And then I sure we know it. Do you know what I mean? So no. So I just tell them that why not, if we could join hands together, use the 21st century technology we call ICT, and start doing something, no matter how small step we do. And then we succeed winning the round table for 3 times last year, including the invitation of Nancy one time to Macau to visit 4 schools in one day. And then we got the consensus from different principals from different high school in Macau, and they're willing to sit down not just one time. They are so much stimulated by that kind of conversations in 2.5 hours that we could have a chance to talk about learning and teaching with technology and the issues produced in school. So ever since then, I talked to my colleagues at the university. I said, I'm not who you are. Actually, Professor Du is here, but she's taking a break now. She's the director of the Center for Information Communication Technology in Education from the University of Macau. I told her that I want you to make friends with Nancy, and I want to see something happen at the University of Macau, somewhat like what Nancy has been doing 15 or 18 years ago. She's my friend. She knows that I'm not telling her what to do. She knows that I'm just trying to produce a picture which has inspired me. And so she's quite willing to listen to me, and she's from the United States, is a very excellent scholar. And so, but she told me that I have been here for less than 6 months here. So you can tell me what's going on in Hong Kong in the past 15 years, but in order to manage something like that, we need to do something in a slow step, but in a firm step. So help me to understand more about your network. So I also invite her to join one time the Roundtable Network, which happened last November. And then it looks like the ball is rolling now. More and more principals are willing to come to join the Roundtable, and including today, I'm so much grateful that the principal of my kids' school, Mr. David Brown, is sitting there. He knows that what I expect from him, from my kids. And then I talked to Father Sosito, in St. Paul's School just less than 2 months ago, right? I shared with them some of the things I happened to see, and I discovered that they have went far ahead of me in terms of their visions. And so what I believe there's a very exciting picture happening in Macau of how we can join hands together. For me, as a university academic who happened to be doing something called Teaching and Learning and Enhancement from the Center for Teaching and Learning Enhancement at the University of Macau, is a very good opportunity for me to invite my colleagues to join with their expertise. And then with University of Hong Kong's track record in this area, and so much grateful that this time I got to know Andy sir and Ha sir from Hong Kong, and through the Network and E-Learning Consortium and AITEL in Hong Kong, I got another network building. And then with Edwin, unfortunately, he's not able to be here, but he was here yesterday, and I got to tell him some very exciting thing that could happen with maybe something like the Macau Digital Academy later, or Macau versions of AITEL. So we're working together to see what we can do together. That's a little picture of what I can tell you about the partnership without giving you something formal. So thank you, Nancy.